representative of France.
Thank you, Mr. President, and I'd like to thank the Secretary-General of the United Nations, His Excellency Mr. Antonio Guterres, for his comprehensive, enlightening briefing. I'd also like to thank the Presidency of the Council for having convened this meeting at such short notice. The President of the French Republic, Mr. Emmanuel Macron, asked that the Council immediately deal with this issue given the seriousness of the moment. Mr. President, this region needs peace, and in order to do this, we need Iran to respect its international obligations. We are very concerned at the launch of this new war between the United States, Israel, and Iran. The escalation underway is dangerous for everyone, and it must cease immediately. Faithful to principles and attachment to the United Nations, France calls for de-escalation, and we would recall that respect for international law is the condition for stability and long-term security in the region and throughout the world. We robustly condemn the indiscriminate attacks by Iran against several countries of the region. It is essential that we ensure the protection of civilians, and we express our solidarity with the countries that have been struck: Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, the United Arab Emirates, Jordan, Kuwait, Qatar, and with our regional partners. And we are ready to deploy the means necessary to protect them if they so request. We will take all measures necessary to ensure the security of our citizens in the Middle East. Mr. President, the events today come in the context of the ongoing pursuit by Iran of its nuclear program that is destabilizing and is contrary to the general guarantees system and resolutions of this Council for years now. Despite the diplomatic efforts deployed by France with our partners, Iran has not taken the opportunity to conclude an agreement with regard to a peaceful settlement with regard to its nuclear program. In parallel, Iran has reduced its cooperation with the International Atomic Energy Agency, which for a long time now has not been able to guarantee the peaceful nature of the Iranian nuclear problem. For many months now, the agency has not had access to the most sensitive sites of the Iranian program. Transparency has still not been provided with regard to the Iranian stock of highly enriched at 6% uranium, which represents an amount which is potentially enough to produce around 10 explosive nuclear warheads. The situation is such and so serious that last August we launched the procedure to re-establish the Security Council sanctions in response to the clear non-respect by Iran of its commitments. Over and above its nuclear program, it's also the ballistic program and the regional actions taken by Iran that continue to constitute sources of major destabilization. Iran is continuing also a policy of systematic destabilization in countries of the region through the support that it provides to its regional allies, be that Hamas, Hezbollah in Lebanon, the Houthis in Yemen, or previously the regime of Bashar al-Assad in Syria. We remain profoundly concerned by the suffering of the Iranian people, given the systematic and brutal repression that they have suffered for many years. For several weeks now, this people has seen an unleashing of unjustifiable state violence because it had the courage to demonstrate for a better life and for freedom. The Iranian people must be able to exercise their fundamental rights and must be able to freely decide their destiny. Mr. President, on the 28th of September, resolutions of this Council with regard to the Iranian nuclear program were re-established. These resolutions called upon Iran to suspend its enrichment activities of uranium, to cooperate with the IAEA with regard to its ballistic activities. The Council must ensure that these resolutions are implemented, also by ensuring that the 1737 Committee is functioning properly. Iran must commit, finally, to good faith negotiations with regard to its nuclear and ballistic program, and also with regard to its regional action. France, together with the E3, has been mobilized now for 20 years to find a negotiated diplomatic solution. The only thing that will solve this issue in a viable way. Together with our partners, we showed in 2015 with the JCPOA and Resolution 2231 of this Council that it was possible to reach an agreement. Today, still, the peaceful settlement of disputes must be our priority. We feel that an agreement is possible, and that's why Iran must seriously commit to negotiations to achieve this. We will remain available together with our partners to find a robust, verifiable, and lasting solution that will guarantee that Iran never has a nuclear weapon. At this serious time, the Council must come together to call for de-escalation for respect of international law and search for a negotiated solution in order to re-establish lasting peace in the region. Thank you.
I thank the